Okay, cool. So, really only I took like 3 trades today. I called out GC shorts. I should have brought this stop in. This trade did start working out. I should have brought my stop in here. This was just a rejection off VWAP with 382. And then I did short this again up here. And I ended up closing it down here while I was on grad call. And then while I was on there, I longed the top up here when this was the entry down here. So just forcing a pass there. This GC trade that I took here, this did end up playing out exactly how I wanted. So yeah, I should have just let it run. This was just 618. Started to stall out up there and then started to fall. All right, we were also at POC of, where is overnight? We were also right at the POC. So POC in 618. All right, this, I was just looking for this to trade back towards the lows, not even sweep out this low, but ended up working out. I didn't call it out, and I cut it too early. So those were my trades. Let me go through trade review. Two shorts, lost and win. High time frame, resistance near highs. Bookmap looked familiar, or like failing buyers at the highs. NQ smaller stop loss, but $300 risk each. Plus 417 locked for the day. 4 out of 5 days. Ending weekend on positive note. Every new XFA is more balance, more winning days, and more improvement. We'll considering lowering DLL from 750 to 600 or 300. I would just lower it to 300. Get your payout. Yeah, you're just winning in Asia, so just keep trading in Asia then. These stats are pretty solid, Dylan. Very solid. Demo, tried out this new IB strat with GC where the whole day is determined by New York 1 hour IB. I don't like the, I've heard of this, the 8:20 to 9:20 a.m. EST. Like, that's when the volume flows in, because that's when COMEX opens for trading. So when volume starts flowing in around like that 8 o'clock, 8:20 area. But if you look at the stats for the IB, it's it doesn't have a very high hold rate. But yeah, if you're taking trades based off that, like the low here is established in this 8 o'clock, and it's back at this where we dip down into London. So like this is the ideal trading. Like this is the trade in gold that I would play. That or short at these highs. If you look yesterday, yeah, I just don't get the IB high and low. Middle. Is it PM or AM? I feel like this is PM. Is what you meant to say. This is a very solid trade though. I was looking at longing this last night. Just based off the previous session, New York fib, and it tapped back into that low volume node that is now acting as support. This hit the 0.5 right there. But this is a clean trade. Clean trade. Good management, Jared. Very solid management. And I don't know where you got out at, but this also hit it hit a resistance area. Yeah, it came up to that value area high last night perfectly, tapped it, and then rejected. So clean trade though. One trade a day, one win, Took a long off 0.3. Pretty much bomb ticket, saw strong reaction, knew this was 10 out of 10 setup. So I took it and ran straight to TB, up 500 on the day. 815 on the week demo account. Overall solid week. Followed most of my plans, avoided greed, and kept my trading discipline. Max trades I took all week was 3. Proud since over trading has been a problem in the past. This setup was clean. Execution was right on point. Could have trailed, but I'm working on getting good at base hits since they're more consistent. Okay. Solid. Yeah, how's your fib anchored? I would anchor this fib at this pivot point. I'd use this pivot point instead. Because this pivot point, like we've already had the dip down there. Like this is already, this came back down, reacted off this level initially. And then as you bring this up, it dips to 618. And it hits that lower band of the overnight VWAP. Long off, low volume node support, and weekly VWAP. Wanted to see Hive day taken. Tapped in the same area in the overnight, and a few other times felt like GC wasn't moving much today. IB was only at 8.5 points, took on 2 XFAs, 2 combines. Slowed down for the rest of the month. Just focused on being consistent and patient. Okay, yeah. Clean entry on this. Clean exits as well. I would have scaled more on this. Because this is, yeah, this is getting up right to the highs of, like if I look at GC. Like this pushed right above the upper VWAP band. So, yeah, I would have scaled a little bit more on that. Dylan, you missed yours. I got you. Yeah, I would just keep trading Asia if it's working out for you. I like this trade. Entry 1, entry 2, exit. It's just a bookmap trade. Looks clean. Just quick little scalp. I think the size is a bit heavy, but you're just taking a quick scalp, so. I get it. Combine 3, account blown, took a long in London on gold after rejection at 0.5 level. However, price wanted to come down more, stopping out. Would have re-entered when I was at work. Trade 2 was on gold in New York after weight reaction at 0.3 in VWAP. Lost both trades. Okay. We'll talk on Saturday, tomorrow. Alize. This, like, there's just not a strong enough reaction off this. So typically, like, either you're going to grind down to that level. When you have strong flushing to a level, right? Where's your trade at? Yeah, so this flushes really strongly. It should immediately like engulf. Like this shouldn't be like a lagged, like a dead bounce. Here, when we flush lower, right? This is where you get a strong bounce. Flush it a little bit lower, then you get that full engulfing candle. You can enter on this retest, or you could try to enter down here at this standard deviation band. This, like when it flushes like that, these are trickier fib entries. This one, when it grinds down and then it starts to move up off it, those are easier fib entries. Before the candle's too big. I mean, this bounced right off the, like, I've been looking at gold and it respects volume quite a bit. So this bounced right off that standard deviation band. So I would wait to see if it taps into that standard deviation band or if it gets close to it and see what the reaction is there. And if you don't want to get in on these big candles, you can get in on this retest here. Right here, it has a reaction at this same level again. So I would just be looking, okay, where did we bounce previously? We bounced here. I'd be ready to take a trade when it comes back down to that level again, because this doesn't give a retest here. So you kind of just have to be ready on this one. This one does give you a nice little retest This one also gives you a retest in here. All right, this is the short that I tried to take. I should have noticed that this bounced off that standard deviation band, headed higher, and then rejected up here. So my 2 trades today, I took a long too early in pre-market and got stopped, but it was the right idea. Then I took long in session VWAP very close to New York Open. Was expecting bullish momentum. Worked out. I was missing like 150 pass, and I went to war, lost like 500 more, so I needed 650 to pass now. I took a nice little short session VWAP a bit earlier than your call out. Got stopped in profit, tried shorting twice with tight stop and lost. Saw a lot of buying pressure, so I took a long, went broke session VWAP to the upside and retested that VWAP. Okay. Yeah, so if you're trying to trade in pre-market, look between 8 to 9. 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern for gold. This short, yeah. This short, I liked it, but then, yeah, the long is a little much. I mean, this day before, like, you had 1,500, so with 2 trades, and then 25 trades for 1,500. It's a lot. Yeah, I would just go back test this weekend. Value area low, 618, POC, under VWAP. CVD divergence, failed selling. Plus DOT, unfortunately stopped at breaking because I was on MNQ instead of NQ. Okay, so it bounced out of there again. You got stopped on this. CVD divergence. Yeah, so we're continuing higher, but there's more sellers. Yeah, I like that CVD divergence. That's proper. Try to scalp some shorts at 24.040 where we were rejecting the last day and had buying with no follow through. Okay. Yeah, I don't like this. I like this long. I don't like this. And then I like this long down here. Retrace to POC plus VWAP. Lots of selling, no continuation. Yeah. You got stopped because you were trailing too tight. I mean, this is still... Where was it? This is still a clean trade. 60 points. That's solid. Yeah, I ended up over trading on that XFA, and I had the trade idea. Most of the trade ideas I've had on gold have been correct. It's just I'm rushing it. So on oil, I'm rich after the payout. Damn, this is clean. On the entry, I would wait for this little retest candle to get in if you're trying to follow trend continuation, and then you can put your stop down here. I don't know where the stops are. I don't know how this is managed. And then this pushes up past POC. Yeah, good area to get out. And then shorted once it started to fail. Clean trade. Price was bullish, entry off 0.5, then targeted IP at high and 0.2 fib extension. Okay. Clean. Very clean. Philip. Video because it's easier to explain. Thank you, Daddy King Baron, for being GOAT. Trade was ARR, around 13 points of risk, 100 point TP. Ooh, okay. Why is the quality so shit, bro? Yeah, I get what I understand the trade, fellow. I don't need to watch this video. Okay, quick trade review. All right. Had some issues this weekend waking up still, so just need to be better next week. I had good trade ideas. I can see the trades. I'm feeling it again. It's just I need to be a little bit more patient. All right, that's trade review, guys. I will see y'all later. I need to get to the gym. Yeah, what's up, Jossie? Yeah, power hour would have been good today. Yeah, it would have. This gold trade that I took in that grad call ended up playing out. Just took a while. Oh, I forgot to post. Okay. The 40 cons, so the management's tight. Did this hit? The first TP. Okay, cool. Yeah, I would just check your management on that. First TP only. And then this continued to rally throughout the rest of the day. Yeah, what is that? IB high? I can't tell what time it's at, and I didn't even look at NQ today. For example, if the 0.3 on fib is already hit and comes back down to 0.5, and there's another context like VWAP in the volume node. Yeah, it's still valid. Yeah, price action's been going. Yeah, that's kind of why I've leaned towards gold, because it's kind of easy to read. Like, even last night, like I wanted longs last night. I wanted to long this down in here off this 0.5. I just didn't. And then this runs all the way up to value area high, rejects, comes down to 618. Bottom of this standard deviation of the VWAP, runs back up, comes back down. This is an ideal entry for a pre-market trade. And then take it off when we get back up here. It's easier to trade with the range. Yeah, they can still be valid levels, even if they're bouncing between them. All right. I'll see you guys.